Hi, this is Sentivel, author of the book Vivinocracy, The Recipe to a Warless and Sustainable World. Today I am mooting a question. Is this world theocentric or is it anthropocentric? Is the world run by God or is the world run by human beings? Ultimately, who can bring about change? Has God ever appeared in person and intervened in the affairs of the world? Has he ever called for a conference for discussing sustainability? I don't think so. There is a saying in the Arab world, trust in God but tie your camel. Yes, you can trust in God, but in the night you have to tie your camel, otherwise it will stray away or it will be stolen. So if you look at the world, everything has been man-made. All the technologies have been man-made. God could be behind the scene, but he has not intervened or interfered directly so far. Because in the Hindu tradition, there is what is called Advaita Vedanta, non-dual monism, which says that thou art, what you call God, is nothing but your own inner self. But you need to work towards it, you need to meditate, you need to find out who you are. Ultimately, if you investigate who I am, you will find out that you are that one existence, one Brahman, one awareness, or one self, call it whatever. So, when it comes to the transactional world, when I say transactional world, the world in which we operate through the five senses, the physical world. In this physical world, who is responsible for the good and bad things that we have created? Can we create a bad cause and then throw the responsibility on God for curing it, correcting it? Is it fair? Has it happened? Is it rational thinking? It is not. If we go on increasing the atmospheric temperature, is God going to come and correct it? And if we deplete our resources in a very irrational way, who will correct it? Is God going to appear and correct it one day? Cause and effect seems to be the master law of the universe, of the world in which we live. Everything is cause and effect connection only. All our scientific inventions are a recognition of the cause and effect behind the mechanisms, be it IT or medicine or agriculture or whatever. So we live in a world where the master law is only cause and effect. Cause produces an effect. An apple seed produces apple tree. An orange seed produces orange tree. Sowing an apple seed, we cannot expect an orange tree. The same way, if we create a bad cause, the bad result will follow. And if you want to create a good effect, we need to create a good cause. I am just putting it in the simplest possible terms, so you can relate it to your own experience and understanding of life. My point is, if we think rationally, if we extend the graph of where things stand today, we will understand the world is definitely moving on an unsustainable path. There is no question about it. There was World Watch Institute. I think they ran it for almost 50 years and they wound up recently. I attended a conference in 2015. I came to the United States only to attend that conference, where among the main topics, one of the important topics was the melting away of ice in the Californian mountains. They said it was a new phenomenon. And it is common knowledge that at the lower altitudes in the Himalayas, the ice has already melted away irrevocably, irredeemably. You cannot bring it back, they say. All this is due to global warming, they say climate change. I understand there are two lobbies. There is one lobby which says it is all a myth. Global warming, climate change is all a myth. There is another lobby which thinks scientifically and says, no, no. We inherited a world with not so much of crude oil burning, with not so much of technology, with not so much of air conditioners, but recently we have invented technology to make our lives comfortable. There's nothing right or wrong about it, but we are also creating a consequence. In this world, it is said there is no right or no wrong. Whatever you believe in, it's good enough. But if you fail to look at the consequences, then we are fundamentally wrong. We could be on the path of suicide, mass suicide, planetary level suicide. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm just mooting a point. It is for the thinking minds to give a thought about it. And in my analysis and understanding, causes have been created, and the world being a male dominated world, I attribute the creation of the causes to male psychology. Male psychology is responsible for the good as well as the bad. But human nature or human beings are a two-sided coin. One side of the coin has had its say. What about the other side of the coin? One half is men, another half is women. Why should women lie low? Why should they not think and participate in the political governance of the world? Why should they stay away? For so many centuries, if they stayed away when might was right, when men were physically more powerful than women, it was okay. But now things have changed. Power has become institutionalized. Any woman can become the president of any country or prime minister of any country. There is no stopping at all. And I see it as the need of the hour. There is a principle called self-organized criticality. I don't know which science it is from. What I understand is that within a system, if one part goes corrupt, another rises up to the occasion and it sets the system right. I don't know, I'm a simple man, I'm not a science educated man. I understand this, so I'm just saying this. Maybe the time has come for women to run the world for the next 5,000 years. See, we are living in a world where we cannot escape the realities that we have created, be it climate change or the human number. Once you create a reality, there is no escaping at all. Now we are 7.5 billion. If you become 9.5 billion, we need to feed all of them. We need a car for all of them. We need a motorcycle for all of them. We need a house for all of them. We need all the amenities for all of them. I am not life negative. But do we have the capacity? Does the earth have so much of carrying capacity? So should we not study the carrying capacity of earth? So a sustained effort is needed to create a world where the world is sustainable, where the stadium is intact so that the play can go on and on. Future children deserve that. Who are they? They are going to be our extension. Our own extension are our future children. So my appeal here is to, again, women. Of course, men can respond, they can listen. I'm not against, I'm not trying to initiate a sexist war. If you call womenocracy unfair, what would you say about the menocracy that we have had for the last 5,000 years, say? Is it not unfair? So nature doesn't seem to like perfect balance, because in perfect balance nothing will move. Imbalance is the way to make things happen. So men have had their say the last 1,000 years. At least for the next 1,000 years, let women have a say. I have written a conversation between a father and a daughter taking place in the year 3022, 1,000 years from now. If you find time, please read this book, Womenocracy, The Recipe to a Warless and Sustainable World. It will be an interesting conversation. It's not a fiction, it is a suggestion. And women will relate to it. Of course, even fathers will relate to it. All I'm saying is that let us not close our eyes and say that the world is dark. Let us open our eyes and see if it is dark or it is bright. Women, the time has come for you to take up all the political positions of the world. and set the stage for a peaceful, warless, and sustainable world. Men carry the vestige of fighting tendency, acquiring tendency, conquest tendency in them, and women carry in them peace, happiness, fun, and level headedness. So I appeal to women of the world, please take charge of the world. There is no obstacle at all. Anybody can contest elections, and any woman can become the President of America or the Prime Minister of Australia or whatever. There is no obstacle at all, there is no hindrance at all. It is up to you. If well-being is the most important concern, then women only you can ensure that. Thank you. This is Senthivel, author of Womenocracy, the recipe to a warless and sustainable world. Thank you.